Good evening and welcome to tonight's show from DJNTV, Disc Jockey News TV. Tonight's show is brought to you by Electra Voice, DJ Event Planner, DJ Trivia, Odyssey Innovative Designs and Cases, NLFX Professional, Promo Only, and the DJNTV Insiders.
What's up, my good vibe DJ tribe, and welcome to another episode of the DJ Spotlight here on Disc Jockey News TV. Today, he is a Brooklyn-based producer and DJ and founder of OKNF Collective, also known as Only Killers, No Fillers. If you've heard even a snippet of this collective sound, then you know it lives up to the name. In wanting to build community, he started the label to connect and collab with like-minded, driven individuals. But it doesn't stop there, because he truly encourages and mentors these artists. Today, you're going to hear about Clem's story as an artist, label owner, and a vital contributor to this scene. I'm talking to Clem. Thank you so much for joining us today. So let's start with some backstory. Tell us your journey in the industry and how it led you into production and working on the Only Killers, No Fillers label.
I started production actually when I was a freshman in college, and then I started DJing parties and stuff like that. But after I graduated college and I moved back to New York City, I was trying to, I didn't want to give it up, so I started reaching out to clubs and promoters, trying to get spots, opening for, some of my favorite venues like Webster Hall. But after a year of that, just like fighting for all these DJ spots, selling tickets, like I wasn't really getting anywhere. So, and I was under, I understood that for me to get my name out there, I would need to work on my productions and really, hone my craft in that sense. So, as someone who didn't really have any friends in New York who were producing or anything like that, or, not even producing the same genre. So I kind of wanted to reach out to the internet and try and find more people that are making the same music as me and, connect and collaborate. And that's kind of the foundation of how the collective started. And, down the line, a couple months, a year down, we started releasing music for free. And then we started up the label and it's kind of snowballed from there.
And you guys have like phenomenal artists on your label.
Yeah.
Like in following it,
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed you've got a real ear for this. Like this is unlike a lot of other labels out there. And, some of these cats that you have on there are doing some of their first releases.
Right.
I'm really curious, what is your process in finding these artists and how are you choosing the music that ends up on the label?
So I guess we'll start with like how we find the music. So it kind of progressed over time and changed a little bit. During our first few years, we definitely were reaching out to artists that we liked a lot. And the whole thing is we're looking for music that isn't always cookie cutter, doesn't always fit, all the main label sounds. And that's the innovation we're looking for in these independent, up and coming artists. So I guess that's kind of where we started off. But as we grew and got a bigger platform, we've been getting a lot more demos, a lot more submissions, both from, new artists and artists that are already on OKNF. So now we have like a huge selection all the time to just comb through and pick up tracks for releases. And I guess in terms of what we're looking for, we're looking for unique music and like cool tunes, but ultimately, just stuff that makes you just groove. Like it's you can't even describe it. You just have to bob your head. Like if you can make me and Henry, like, dance in our seat, that's all we're going for. It doesn't really matter what specific genre or what specific sounds are in the track.
I mean, I understand why you call it Only Killers, No Fillers. It's like I've been like supporting this music for quite some time now, and yeah, like people go off. They absolutely love it.
It's awesome. I can't seeing all the feedback from like local DJs, local producers, even all the way up to some of our favorite producers. It's just been really incredible, and like it's super. It's cliche, but it's super humbling because we're all just, producers who wanted to connect, and we have a platform now, and it's awesome.
And you're giving back to your community as well. Like you are a mentor. You're really going out of your way to help these producers succeed. Why is that important to you, and how are you going about it?
All right, so this is like the most important thing to me about the whole collective, and it kind of stems from me, coming from nowhere, not really knowing anyone. It's just that if I could teach you what I've learned over the years and help you save even that 1 year of really grinding and busting your chops and just really getting out there, if I could help you expedite that and get into the stage of your career where you're putting out music on good labels and, building a real fan base and, dedicated following, that's not only good for you as an artist, but it helps OKNF as a representative of the collective. If all of our artists are doing big things, it only further brings, our label and our collective and our team up. So I guess that's ultimately I'm just, trying to help everyone grow, and the label grows with it. And it's just this constant, progression, and hopefully we'll be running the scene soon.
Yeah. Well, and when you're learning about being a really great boss and what that looks like and why some of these companies succeed, we want to think about the customers, yes, but bosses that take care of their employees, those are the ones that succeed. And I think it's so amazing that you are helping this community to continue to thrive, because we really do need mentors in our industry. What is maybe a surprising lesson that you've learned in this industry, and how did it impact you?
So that's a tough one. I mean, I guess one thing that really surprised me, about the industry, is that there's a lot of people who aren't really in it for the right reasons. And there's a lot of, people who've been working really hard, and it is a lot of work. And, there is sometimes there's a little bit of a jealousy or a bitterness when it comes to new artists, getting very successful. But the way I see it, it's in music, it's not, perfect. There's no competition. There's no set number of spots for the top. So I think, something that I've learned and something I try to push is be inclusive, help other artists. It will help you in the long term. There's no point of trying holding everyone down,
I could not agree more. And I feel like the people that are succeeding the most in this industry are maybe even just competing with themselves yesterday. How can I do better, as opposed to competing with other people? They're lifting one another up, and it's a beautiful thing to see. What do you envision for the future? Maybe for the label, maybe for yourself?
Oh, so many things. I mean, for the label, I want to be doing, OKNF tours, both, within the US and international down the line. And, if I could really build this up, ideally I want to do a festival like Dirty Bird and Desert Hearts, these guys who influenced me so much. And it would be so awesome if I could get every single artist on the OKNF to come out for a festival. But, that's a long-term goal. We'll get there, we'll get there with baby steps.
Oh my God, I love that. I love those big goals.
Yeah.
Are there any last thoughts, upcoming shows or releases? I know once this comes out, your December 25th
Yeah.
Release comes out.
Yeah, we have that awesome compilation coming out. We Are OKNF Volume 12, 12th edition of this awesome series. That was actually not the first release OKNF ever did, but our first compilation, and that's kind of been our bread and butter since. And it's just everything that's on the collective, that compilation included, we help artists by doing fan gates. Although we distribute that on Beatport and Spotify and all that stuff, our main thing is free downloads on the collective, and then OKNF Records is fully distributed. But through those fan gates, we help artists get anywhere from a minimum of 100 followers to up to 300, 400 followers in the month of the release. So hopefully we can help a lot of these, new guys, and also, return OKNF artists, get some a bigger following, and, hopefully it'll be a great release. And in terms of events, we have a New Year's Eve party in New York, in Brooklyn at the Graham on December 31st. And we're actually doing another show on the 12th in Manhattan with Nick Swarm from Brazil and Remnick. And that's the Sweet Tooth Party.
Oh, I love it. I'm so excited to see what 2019 brings for you and the label. Yeah, full support here. For the rest of y'all that are watching the video, make sure you go check out the label, go check out his work. It's phenomenal. Let us know in the comments below if there's anything in this video that really stood out to you. And as always, don't let no one kill your vibe.